Minnesota Rokkr.
The Minnesota Rokkr have been building a story all year, and now the final chapter is coming to a close. Champs on the line, they have to win this series to keep this story alive. And getting through the Boston Breach is a tall task. I'm ready for this last match.
Give it up for the Boston Breach! Cramp, Beans, Awakening, and Vivid, the Boston Breach.
Everybody in the community is always talking crap about Boston. They're always on everyone's tongue. They want to shut everyone down with this performance right now.
Great equalizer here for the Boston Breach towards the back. Minnesota Rokkr, a lot of members turning towards them, and well punished for advance. Will deal with them in the end, but Fame and Co gonna have to defend from the backside now. Kremp has slipped through over towards the PD side, and you can already see that Fame making the push over towards Car Park, trying to shut this down. We'll find 1 and 2, well played from Fame, but again, inside of PD is where Boston Breach are trying to get some control. Kremp's in there, cause an issue.
And Boston have done such a great job to get this a little bit contested. At one point, Rokkr had everything in the bag. Kremp keeping it alive, Beans getting the other one back towards the back. Will keep them off the point for a few seconds. But the points have not been rolling in this game so far.
And that's the first time that Rokkr have actually managed to clear out PD entirely. Bounced with the 6 spree though. There you go. Immediately it will be that cruise missile in the back pocket. Looking over towards this rotation though with 15 seconds left to go. The scrap time firmly going over towards Minnesota Rokkr and a lead with it. Big kill coming in from Bance as well. They can start to clear them out of PD. It's the wrap through Car Park that may well come. But Boston Breach have had some time to set up here. How are they going to manage to hold it?
Easy kill there on the Bance.
Minnesota Rokkr starting to find some kills, but a big one from Awakening. Bouncing back here for the Boston side. Vivid will clean it up. Well held from Boston Breach.
And they will now take the lead there with that scrap time. No more time for Rokkr to make an impact. But this is where it gets a little bit tricky. Boston going for the rotate. They're looking for it. They smell blood in the water, and Vivid finds 3. And they have managed to get this back-to-back hard points. This last kill, Cammy still alive! Oh! The 2-piece prevents the rotation.
Insane from Cammy, but insane from Boston at the same time. It was looking like P3 was going to get broken, and then all of a sudden it looked like they had P4 control as well. The momentum was firmly in their sails, but big kills coming in from Cammy. Singing 8 and 7 himself. Now can Minnesota Rokkr.
Boston are finding it. Fortunately, Fame and Bance combining. Fame with the second and the third in the end. And they held the push.
And I love that actually from the Minnesota Rokkr. They see to get pushed out on the Car Park side. So then they just take the gunfights inside of Laundry. And then they can go back on themselves, not having to worry about the flank because we've already wiped them out. Minnesota Rokkr. It's been a good hold so far over towards Kitchen. Attack starting to fry as well. 1 HP in a dream. But that is a wonderful, wonderful hold from Minnesota Rokkr to end a really entertaining first rotation of hills between these two teams. 10 seconds to go. It's looking like every single one of those seconds is going over towards the Minnesota side.
And from this point, you still fight, you still push through Old Hell, because you know P1 is coming up next. Positioning is always king. And Fame on a 5-streak will eventually fall. So sorry, it wasn't Fame, it was Cammy, but still. They're looking for this one here. Both teams going to be a little bit hesitant to get on P1 until they feel secure.
Yep, it's all about the position, as you point out. Cammy will get caught out, though. It's looking like Boston are the ones in that prime spot. Complete control from Boston Breach now. You can see immediately Awakening just wanting to watch that flank. Doesn't want anybody pushing over from the tennis court side. As the streak starting to come in as well. Boston's still in a prime position. Is the cruise missile going to do anything? Absolutely not. Boston Breach holding on very, very easily so far.
Boston didn't even blink when that was coming in. Held the position still, and this is a great opportunity for them. Rokkr swarming towards the back of P2 are looking for some sort of difference. Cammy will find the first, but Vivid holding up with Awakening, and they are just continually putting them in the bin.
Very nicely done. Minnesota Rokkr do find a couple of kills, though. We'll get a small hold of the hill. Attached toward the back, just staying alive as long as he can, but it's Awakening on a 7 spree. 8 it comes in. Awakening starting to heat up now in this series. Make it 9. He breaks it open. That's 13 seconds of scrap and a lead for Boston Breach. Rotation starting to come in here as well. Beans is already there. Minnesota Rokkr trying to get through from the tennis court side. This is
rotating going to be in hand of them now, but Vivid walks up and takes down Bance in an easy kill. But Vivid looking for the second, snapping, clapping, and destroying Rokkr as they find no purchase at P3.
And Vivid just stays alive inside of Orange, waits for the rest of the Rokkr to come on through. He is there to very much pick up the pieces and then some. It's 4 in a row for Vivid on the rotation over towards P3, and this is where things may start to get a little bit out of hand. Rokkr did not have a good time here last time around. Can they find a break eventually? Vivid is dealt with. Minnesota Rokkr do find a break.
Boston Breach did not want to let that one go, but they might have the rotation and one last push. But let's find out how they are feeling in the comms with the Boston Breach. Listen in.
He's only aimed at my thesis in there, waiting. Yeah, I don't
Been a bit of a flip in terms of what we've seen in the first rotation of Hills. It was brilliant from Rokkr to find the break at P3. Boston found a full 60 on the first time around, but this time around, Rokkr found a break. That's why they still have that lead. They're starting to find kills inside. Are they going to be able to find a third? Beams is left all alone. It's a wonderful break from Minnesota Rokkr. They break the 200-point mark. It is about a 15-point lead. It's still ever so close at this stage. 10 seconds to go, and we head into a third rotation. There is very little to split these two at this moment.
There isn't for Boston. This is all about
a good setup onto this one. Can Boston find a break through the PD side? Minnesota Rokkr are going to be about 15 seconds away by the time that Boston get over here, but here comes the cruise missile. Trophies are there to lock this one down. Minnesota Rokkr can very easily win it here at P2. Boston must find a break.
And Vivid again through the middle. Cammy holding the back here, but Fame will find him as well. They've cleared the lines. It's 14 seconds here for Rokkr.
How can they find a way through? It's not looking like they will. 5 seconds to go, gotta go.
Last chance. Rokkr hold everything, awakening towards the back. Cammy's going to try and take him on. You will not pass today. And Boston lose the first map. Rokkr ascendant. Better at the time. A close game, but no cigar.
That's a bit of a curveball from Boston. Straight out of the gate, Beans may find a third. Itachi will make his way over towards A and just trying to stay alive. I think the information was there. If Itachi can find something, then maybe Rokkr can claw themselves back into this round. But heads up play from Boston. Think they've got the pressure over towards B. They switch it up. And now Fame. It's round number 1. You'll be getting plenty of sound cues from this one. Are they going to be ready for this?
Well, Fame will find the first. We get the second. Goes for a bit of a spray. Only has 8 health remaining. And there's Kremp right across from him. But the health will come back and he gets the second as well. It's now Beans who's found himself attack. And oh my goodness, Itachi will fall. Fame versus Beans. Both bursting onto their rosters this season.
This would be the ace for Beans. If he can manage to find it. 12 seconds to go. He's the one that has to move. Fame. Which way does he hold? Which way does Beans go? It's going to come down to a gunfight. Or is it Beans? Does he check the right way? It's the ace for Beans in round number 1 to get Boston back underway.
Nothing more frustrating than being stunned in that position. You know, you're outside Cantina. It's a little bit dangerous, but Kremp finds the first. Vivid enters into Cantina as well. Itachi will find a kill, but Vivid will get through, but gets stunned by Cammy. And now with all the kills flying down for both teams, it is going to be Minnesota in the better position for it as well. Awakening will fall to Bance. And Beans with a sniper will be looking for a clutch this time.
Very little Awakening can do with that. Knows he's going to get pushed, but the SMG just that much better up close. Now Beans, yeah, he did well with a sniper in the previous round, but now starting to get tagged up by Itachi and nearly everybody else on Rokkr, who will answer back pretty much immediately.
With a sniper, nades going out, it takes a little bit of a tickle from him, but already kills flowing. Bance will get Vivid, Kremp will get Bance. Advantage now to Boston.
And it was almost just protect Beans in the middle. You're seeing a lot of utility going in over towards him, trying to get rid of that sniper threat. And plenty of people just trying to protect around that Fame main challenge, and this surely is he. Oh, well, no, somebody else is. It's going to be a touch up towards the top side, but Kremp is surely going to do something about this. Round the corner he goes, easy kills. Kremp now on 5 in a row, and it's a 1v3 for Fame.
A little bit in no man's land, and they're going to find him before anything else comes through. Boston
gets there as well, though, but Minnesota Rokkr through the middle of the map will break that spree. Fame finds him. Beans will answer back with a kill on the Bance. It's a 3v3. Cammy one on the flank. Awakening finds his first kill. Now a 2v2.
They're all spread out all over the map. Cammy will take down Beans this time, but Awakening and Itachi going at it. And Awakening finds the kill and goes take that to 1v1. Cammy's been spotted. This is a headbutt here, but it's actually better positioning for Awakening, and now he's chasing, and it's going to go down with this as well! Big Wake turns up in the end. 3 for him. It's not going to matter. 5-1 at the moment, and another headbutt going down the middle. Being an Overwatch. Bans will find Vivid though, first blood. Kreb tries to get it back, but Bans will find the second. And is there enough time for a resurgence here from Rokkr? Beans will find attacks regardless.
We haven't seen that many bombs being planted, to be honest with you. I was going to talk about Minnesota Rokkr and struggling. Oh my god, struggling to find anything onto Awakening. How on earth has he found that second kill? Coming now into 1v1, he'll win this one. But that got scary for a second. Awakening with 2. And Minnesota Rokkr still breathing some life into this search and destroy. Destroy player gets dropped from the roster. Are you going to have somebody to find those first bloods, those first engagements? Kreb usually has been the one. He won't be this round. Tatch and Co will find a big push over towards the A side. Boston with no answer. Bans on the very slow flank. The vice will start to tighten very, very quickly. Boston breach will need to try and find a retake here, and it's going to have to be Beans in a 1v4. And that's it. It sucks to have a side for Boston. Happy to go for the headbutt themselves. The stun's going to be there on Fame. He has to get inside. He has to get himself in a position to slow down what Boston are doing here.
Already got it, and there will be a little bit of a tease from Awakening. He's been found. Attach will get his trade. Down to a 3 versus 3. Awakening gets away with his life again. Cammy a little bit worried. Oh my goodness! Cammy takes down Kreb. Bans will get the nail of the last one. And that was almost a disaster for Rokkr. Beans left alive again on this point and dives into death. 5-4.
The sound is very much being made over towards the B side, but Bans will find one over towards A. Now it has to be respected from Vivid. He will find that, but Beans one under Cammy. It's a 2v3 for Rokkr to stay in the S&D.
This is what I said, it can all fall apart easily. It can all go wrong at the drop of a kill. Rokkr find themselves locked in.
Attach has hit the dead silence bit. He's hit.
Oh no! That's the gig awake! That's the shake and bake, and that may be the end of this S&D. Fame will have to go for a 1 versus 3.
He does have dead silence. He does have the bomb down. But just an impossible scenario. There you go. The grenades hit. They know exactly where he is. Boston yet to hit it. Fame will have time to regenerate this health. It's still doable here.
We're looking for him. There's too many players, too many guns, and that'll be it. It does not end with the reverse. Rokkr back off the spawn.
Yeah, he got some really good timing initially, gets by 1. And a lot of respect onto Beans. They've really been playing into trying to deal with Beans so many times in Minnesota Rokkr, especially over the last 2 maps. Haven't been able to do so far. Sitting in 4 and 5, but just chilling because the rest of the team are doing the business. Kreb sitting at 11 and 3. Minnesota Rokkr have not had much to talk about in this round, and that may well be it. 15 seconds to go, 8 lives remaining. Take something now.
They cannot find a way forward. You go field, you got Awakening and Beans on Overwatch. You go inside, you got Kreb and Vivid. They're making one last hurrah, one last chance for a diving onto the point. Awakening up top AC, Beans back truck as well. It all comes down to these next few kills, 3 seconds left. Tatch has to get onto the point, but there are guns firing all over him. They're waiting.
These kills are so crucial, but Kreb will find one that will surely be the straw that breaks the camel's back. It will. Boston Breach find a way through.
Finds all 4. It's a 5 streak for him, and they hold on.
Even the 1 kill from Awaken is not too bad, though. It did well. I thought it would relent the pressure, but Attach and Co find the kills over towards the field side. 43 seconds to go. Lives in the favor of Minnesota Rokkr right now. Map positioning in the favor of Minnesota Rokkr. In a really good spot, but it takes 1 4 down. Boston Breach is the #1 attacking team in the game on LSELO control. I've got some work to do here in round number 2.
Fame's still playing this position, just keeping him off. And now finds another kill. He has been lights out. That's a 6 streak for him. Still looking, still cooking. Will fall to Vivid.
This is
not over.
This is bad. At worst here for Boston, you're going to have to get this streak invested from Fame coming in off the respawn. More kills starting to come through. Attach trying to stay alive. Oh, it's a double beat down. The quick 1-2. Attach finds 2. The streak having to come in. Still an opportunity for Boston.
Oh, Bans will find 2 himself, and that'll go into the spawn. Rokkr hold on. It could have been disaster, but not at that point.
Kreb trying to find a way inside as Cammy. Now just trying to find some sort of presence for this Minnesota side in the middle of the map. It's a big hit over towards the A side, but you're running into the raid boss. That was Kreb, I want to say. You know, he was sitting at 14 and 5 after the first round. He's 18 and 20 now. That middle of the map battle is clearly being won by Rokkr after that first round. Beansnow's trying to stay alive in a bit of a different position. They won't be expecting him here. He's usually top cliff, but here I am inside the field. Cammy finds one back, 22 seconds.
And over again, they're having to deal with him. He's playing the angles, he's playing the time. And speaking of time, Rokkr will have one last opportunity, but they are not close in numbers. Cammy will have to get onto the point, but he is alone, and he is down. Boston look to lock in this defense. There's nobody here from Rokkr, and surely they cannot run through the teeth and find all the kills. They will not. Cammy will find one. The time will be paused, but not for long enough, surely.
Cammy can't find a way through. Vance is the last lamb to the slaughter.
Cammy has to be the savior here for Rokkr, and he'll fall.
This is bad. It's really bad for Minnesota Rokkr. Vivid just trying to keep this pressure on. He may well get caught out from behind. Attach finds a crucial kill for Minnesota Rokkr now. But here come the utility. The trophy systems are down. Boston are inside the point. Boston are holding. The kill starting to come through, but it's going to be Fame to find two. This is on the 1v1. Oh no, and Cammy just about picks up the pieces there for Rokkr.
And this is forcing Rokkr to spread across the map, try and hold so many angles for them. See Vance up top radio. Not a position you'd expect him to take, but he does have attack he found up there. Boston ready to stack this one more time.
Oh, look at this over towards the sheds. It's a big, big stack from Boston. And Vivid may just be the one that kicks him into gear here. Now Viv will find one. Vivid inside the point now. Everybody turn around. But then everybody from Boston can fill it down that side. Vance staying alive, but the rest of the team from Rokkr needs to be here to pick up the pieces. This is going in fast.
And Vance is going to have to move. He's going to have to get off radio. The rest of the team have to swarm in as well, because that point is going. Third tick on the precipice. Attach will find one, but I don't think it's going to be enough time. It's a contest. It's in by the tiniest of margins. Attach finds it. Clip flies wide. Attach staying alive. Cammy comes to back him up. And somehow Rokkr have held for a second. The last killer has to be Vance. No! Boston Breach take the control away from them. And they now lead the series 2-1.
Nicely done from Boston. The double nade over the top works perfectly over towards that side, and then all of a sudden you've got a perfect hold set up. A wonderful, wonderful break from Boston Breach now. Kremp Awakening just running the show. The confidence is very clearly flowing. Minnesota Rokkr licking their wounds, just trying to get some P2 control. It's a big kill from Fame. Will relieve some of that pressure that Boston are putting on.
And this is it. After those first two kills have gone through, Boston are now locking the door. They have put the bolts upon them, and with already a lot of time going through, Vance will finally get into this point, get some time back, but they've already lost P2 control as well, Tom.
Yeah, you take 30 seconds off P1 and you take P2 control every single day of the week. Rokkr will get themselves into a decent enough position to try and break here. Attach. They'll die at the same time. Look where Boston Breach are now sitting in the moment. 30 seconds left to go over towards the P2 side. You're holding down the time. You've got the rotation over towards P3. It's a momentary disaster for Rokkr's. Awakening is absolutely frying them. They couldn't be further away from the next hard point.
Giga has
So far, that's 3 out of 3 hills. You have not found those first points.
Vance trying to hold them off here at this point for as long as he can, but his teammates not being able to back him up. Boston have the control. They have the positioning. And Awakening is having a game so far.
Staying alive towards this backside. Minnesota Rokkr, what is the plan? Things have been not working in your favor so far. What can you change? The SMGs maybe just haven't been able to get going. The ARs not having a good time either. Cammy sitting at 3 and 11 is the glaring one. But a break has started to come through. Cammy with 2 kills to maybe awaken Minnesota Rokkr. And for 20 seconds of scrap time that Rokkr will get a hold of here now. This game is carried by any stretch of the imagination, but they've kept it relatively close, considering where their positions have kind of been lying off the break. Thatch has done well to find a breakthrough himself, but he's the only one who can find a kill. And this is the first time we've seen Boston really flex that rotation on Rokkr this time. It's a solid 40-point lead now, when it was only sitting at 10 before we headed over towards Blacksmith.
It certainly is. But let's see. All right. Well, I believe that is what is known as a remake.
Try and keep that pressure on, but you've got to be careful this street. Boston Breach now in a good position to try and break something here, but Minnesota Rokkr not too badly set up either. Stable spawn's going to start coming through, so Boston's going to have to find something from the back.
Fame waiting. He knows players are there from Boston as well. They're now going to try and hold this down. See all of Rokkr stacking for it. They're wondering, where is the Boston pressure? Boston playing it slow and pulling Rokkr out of position. Just now, who wins the trades?
Fame is just trying to lock down inside the mount. He's ran into the nade as well, and there is the break from Boston. Boston did have this rotation. Rokkr broke with around 30 seconds to go. It's all about the force through this towards the gate side and trying to get some sort of maps control. Here come the kills. Cammy attach working well, but as are Awakening and Vivid. They hold it down. 35 seconds remaining here. Boston will have a healthy lead heading over towards P4, but it's just a big hit over towards the gate side.
They cannot find their way in at all, and eventually Attach will take care of Vivid. Awakening, pressure now falling upon him. Finds the first Attach versus Awakening, and Kremp will get it at the same time. It's better for Boston.
Nicely done so far. Minnesota Rokkr have had a couple of instances of nearly getting a hold of it, but Boston holding very resolutely. Kremp now up top, trying to find some break over towards P4. Minnesota Rokkr will have this rotation in as they did it over towards P2. They are here at P4. So already, Beans is making it work for himself again. A bit of a slow stop, starting to warm into map number 4 here now.
Well, it's critical kills rather than number of kills, and right now Boston have found a little bit of a way forward. Cammy will take down Vivid before he gets to convert anything else, and Kremp versus Fame. Fame will find the kill as Rokkr hold on.
Now what's the plan now for Boston? How do you find a breakthrough here? You haven't found many kills, you haven't really found much of a foothold. One towards Gallows though may well help things out. Fame Band starting to run the show though, as they did in the first half point. It was all about the SMGs in Minnesota Rokkr, and they are starting to get into this one. But Beans with an SMG in his hand, and Fame will deal with him. No problem whatsoever, and Rokkr will have this final 20 seconds heading towards Blacksmith though. This time around when we did play that first for Rokkr to try and deal with. AR department, Boston are winning. SMG department though. Feels like Minnesota Rokkr are kind of winning that battle for the most part, but Kremp in this sort of position, someone who can cause some issue.
And they're waiting patiently, Kremp, to get the positioning, but not able to find it already. Awakening now looking for anybody to push it towards mid-map as well, as Boston look to try and get something going on P1, as Beans finds the way through, finds Cammy as well. And now they have a bit of control. They can start moving around and looking for P2 ton. Compressed, being moved back across this map as Boston look for them in positioning, but they are not finding the kills. Only Vivid finds anything. Cammy will get 2 as well. Beans alone going towards open. And Rokkr know they need to hold this. P3 was not good for them last time.
They may well have a breakthrough though. Fame has found a small crack in the defenses of Boston Breach, but Boston Breach have found absolutely everything else. Spawn over towards the gate side, it's for risk to P3.
And it's Bance versus Awakening. He knows players are going to be here. He doesn't know where. He is outnumbered, but is he outgunned? Bance will find nothing as Awakening and Beans shut it down towards gate. It is chaos. It is Gigawake. And that is the rotation again. Rokkr have not found it for the second time.
P3 is just being nightmare fuel for Minnesota Rokkr over and over again. Vance manages to find a breakthrough, but the rest of the team are just not there quick enough. Big kills coming in from Beats, who's on the stair side. Attach is trying to find a way through. He's shut down, and Boston Breach are starting to flex their muscles just a little bit.
Scrap time, he's looking for the last player. He's called it perfectly. A player behind him. He's firing everything he's got towards this. Vance looking for that last player. They have got them off here. But while this game is close, we are over to Blacksmith. Boston last time held this for numbers.
They were phenomenal last time we found our way here. And if they can do what they did last time around here again, I mean, Vivid's just killing everyone after respawn. That's 3 in a row from him off screen. That was slow down Rokkr in a push that they must offer a Blacksmith on this first rotation. They've done so far so good. Kremp staying alive. I haven't seen many kills in the kill feed for Rokkr, who will find the break. Boy, Beans needs to stay alive. It gets broken. The first time we've seen Rokkr get a foothold inside a Blacksmith.
And Rokkr have to play perfect. It's 228 to 208. This is the time where champions are made. Vivid looking to break back into Blacksmith, looking for some egress onto P1 as Vivid finds the second, not the third. Fame will shut him down, Fame will find the second. And Boston are locked back in that P3 spawn as P1 is just cresting the horizon.
Minnesota Rokkr now in a good spot to maybe force this map number 5. Kremp though trying to go up over towards the final few seconds. He will get them, but who's at P1? It's Minnesota Rokkr. They've got Boston locked back in. It is a 20-point game for both these two teams. It may well end at P1.
And now Boston have to get out. Vivid looking for it as well, but he's going to fall. One last roll of the dice for Boston. Can they find it? 9 seconds to go. Boston offer the respawn. One hit, one chance, one opportunity. Kremp finds the first. They're pouring out of the gate. They're not finding anything. It's just kill feed. It's just Rokkr who take us to a map number 5 in the end.
They are crucial that Fame finds something here, but Vivid finds one on the Bance. Do they understand what's happening? Boston may well just rotate this one around.
Well, Vivid can just get an extra kill here. There's no one really contesting as well, but Rokkr have called for reinforcements. It has been a bamboozling.
And Vivid has just done so much work. All this utility, all this time, all this effort from Rokkr, and the bomb is down at A. Wonderful from Boston Breach there to find just maybe a little bit of an ingress in Vivid. Well, he is eventually going to be stopped in his tracks. It's now a 3v3 retake for Rokkr to try and pull off.
This is a horrible retake to do as well. Rokkr, but to time it correctly, Fame will get Beans. Down to 3 versus 2, Awakening, sitting on Marble Heady. It is always a position that you see players do so well on, but Fame for the last one. Now Kremp last alive. He's tagged up, he's down. And Rokkr with an...
Didn't even see him. Went for the check with Deddy, and Deddy is being wasted. So now all of a sudden Minnesota Rokkr, they haven't had the luxury of being able to push up towards the bedroom side. They've had to drop back, but the angle will be good. For a player inside a reception, you would like to think. You have to try and find a retake. It's all on Vivid to find something. Dead Silen's being popped by him, but they're just going for a big hit over towards the bomb site. They need to try and find some control. They're hitting each other here as well. Awakening on the Cammy, though, this is still doable.
And they're left alone. This is all the control taken away from them. Minnesota Rokkr lets Cammy into the island, and he finds the first kill. The attack will get the second and the third. Rokkr don't need bomb site control. They just win the gunfights.
Starting to play that angle from reception. We're seeing it.
In time, no, has the advantage of cover, and Bance will go down. 0-4 so far. First blood to Boston.
It's another first blood to Boston. That's now 3 out of the 4. And yet they find themselves behind. It has been a problem for Rokkr, these first bloods, but, well, they're getting the rounds. Can Cammy find something onto Awakening now as this push over towards B seems more and more likely? Boston Breach are going to start making maybe some inroads over towards this side. Vivitro's trying to stay alive. He's a slippery little snake inside of Kitchen. Is he going to get caught though? Yes, he is. No information over towards the pantry side. Awakening and Boston going to have to go for the retake in the 3v3.
This bomb goes down in time as well, though. Awakening towards the back, looking for attach. Attach, been tickled up and taken down. Kreb will get one onto Cammy as well, and only Fame left alive. A 1v3 potential as he flies out of the back. And Boston lock it in, and a lot of that's on the back of a as well, but he's been seen. Boston will put this down with no contest. However, 2 kills fly towards them. And that bomb was taken off as well. Rokkr swing into action at the exact time they needed to.
That's a single point of health for Cammy that he survives on. Kreb can't find the gunfight, and now they're searching for him as well. Awakening, he's already been butted up, but now Vivid is he the one that can maybe find something for the team. He gets taken down. Fame has been on an absolute tear. Stops the bomb going down and just stops Boston dead in their tracks. He's
just trying to lock this in before they get anything done. Cammy, it's been hurt, but somehow wins that. And another fight towards the bottom. Kreb will get it back to a 3 versus 3. Boston still in control at this point, but Cammy will find Vivid as well. They cannot kill that man in luggage.
Humongous kill from Cammy, and it's another one from Attach. Awakening trying to make something work. Boston Breach trying to dot all the I's and cross all the T's to get the round done, and Krebs not going to do this one. It's a 5-2 lead to Rokkr. And I think it's easy for us to say when we can see where the players are on the map. But as soon as they force Fame away from bottom lights, I think that's the moment to try.
A bit of control here. Boston will have to spring into action. And Barnes will find Cammy in the first. Kreb finds Bance. And it has not worked out. Nothing here for Rokkr. Only attached for a 1 versus 4. But he's running scared. He does not have the positioning, the teammates, or anything else. And that's it. It's going to be done surely as he backs off in the end. And Boston, a beautiful retake.
Yeah, very, very well played from Boston. And I want to get most of the props there to Kreb. Senses the danger and doesn't. Kreb will give him the shoulder, and Boston will just put the pressure on. Vivid will find the kill. Cammy can find one, cannot find a second. And it's looking like Boston with another round. Fame now with a 1v3.
They are turning back up in this S&D. And Fame left alone, trying to find the kills. Awakening chatting. Awakening a little bit weak as well. It's Beans and Awakening versus Fame.
13 rounds left in the Vaz. Go for the reload. It's the 1v2, but they're kind of going 1 by 1. They're playing with them just a little bit. Has to go for a Chal. Has to try and find a kill. Time whittling down, but it's still 24 seconds. This is still doable.
He has to find something, but he won't. Awakening brings it to the point as they try to stop this as well, but Bance eventually does find a kill. First blood for Rokkr.
They got off the bomb though. They were planning it, and now Fame isn't in a position to do so because of Bance's positioning. Beans had to reposition himself, which allowed Rokkr a small window to get that bomb down. That window may well have reopened. It's now a 3v4 retake. This bomb will go down. Boston have to find all 4 of Rokkr and a bomb defuse to stay in the winner's bracket.
They're looking for it now. Bance is going to fall. Vivid finds that first blood they need. 3 versus 3. 35 seconds on the clock.
It's all about staying alive. If you're attached, he's going to get taken down. That's 2 out of 4 done.
And they're challenging Fame. They've got the numbers. He finds the first though. Will he find the second? No! It's a retake! Boston do it again! It's back down to a 5-5. They cannot hold the line.
Sound the gong. It's a map 5, round 11 between Boston position. Boston Breach with not very much map control here. It's been tentative. It's been nervous. And that's what you get in a round 11 map 5. Who's going to be the team that breaks first? Boston's still yet to have any sort of inroad over towards any site. He is looking the more likely, but the information that Fame will be picking up right now is so crucial for Rokkr.
And he has bomb as well here, Beans. Looking to see if he goes through, and he will find the kill as well. That's bombed down. Minnesota Rokkr have the advantage in this last round. The rest of the team are now going over as well. There's going to be some hip fire, but stays alive, Fame, and there we Vivid again. Brings it back to a 3 versus 3. 20 seconds left to go. Boston have control.
But they've got to find Fame. They're going to find Fame.
It's over! It's done! Rokkr are going to Champs! They take down Boston in a revenge game! It goes the distance!
Buddy, what a game. What a series that was. Goes all the way down to the final moment. What, you guys were up 5-2. How did it feel to come away with the win and finally see that 6th round go your guys' way?
Yeah, it feels great. Obviously, we were 5-2 up. I thought it was going to be a 5-2 curse like other events for us, but we were able to ice up. We just kept messing up a few things, yeah, but it's all learning curve and one step closer.
Absolutely, one step closer, and I got to ask you too, man. I feel like everybody was waiting for this series, given the drama, the rivalry, whatever you want to say. Does it feel a little sweeter to beat the Boston Breach than maybe another team out there?
Yeah, it feels nice beating them, but there's no bad blood, obviously. Everything happened, it's in the past. They're a great team. Yeah, it just feels good.
Got to feel good. Now you guys are, what, 3-0 with Attach now back in the lineup. Like, I know you guys obviously received a lot of criticism. I mean, all throughout the season, but specifically with this move, how good does it feel to obviously continue the winning spree, to kind of silence the doubters, I would say, when it comes down to this match?
Yeah, it feels good, man. Obviously, the team's clicking very well. I think we're now 6-0 in hardpoint. We've gone on a little spree, and obviously, the Rokkr have been known to not be good hardpoint teams. So yeah, we just need to get our S&D on point, and then our controls kind of slipping off. As long as we get our, up to par, I think we'll be a real contender.
I want to ask you too, like, in relation to the hardpoint point, like, what is it about this team that's allowed for that? Like, is it communication? Is it anything in particular? Like, what do you cater that hardpoint streak to, you would say?
Vibes. Honestly, we haven't really gone too in depth on like what to do. We just trust each other. We're all very experienced, and just say, fuck it, if you want my badge.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good, Vance.
We basically just say, if you're confident in the play, go do it, and just let us know what you're doing so we can pick up the pieces.
Absolutely. Well, I know what you guys, with this victory, I believe now have 30 points of separation over Vegas. I think you have the head-to-head over Seattle. So, oh yeah, with that. So you got to feel very good. You got to feel very good. How does it feel to secure champs officially now?
The pressure's off of securing champs. You know, Vegas, they weren't going down without a fight. They were on our tail the whole time. Yeah, it feels so good. I was stressed for a while thinking I'm not making champs, but it feels good. It feels so good.
Absolutely, man. Well, I got to ask you, thoughts on your matchup versus Florida. How do you feel like you guys square up against them?
Yeah, we're feeling confident. Obviously, they are a very good team. They've looked very good in scrims. We've said it for a while. They look very good in scrims, but so have we. So, yeah, I'm excited to match up.
Definitely. And anything you want to say to some fans? You got some prior Toronto fans out here. You got some Minnesota supporters as well. Anything?
Toronto fans, I love you guys. Even though I'm a part of the Minnesota, you guys have a very special place in my heart. I appreciate you all. Thank you.
That's going to do it from us here on the main stage. Bance, the boys get it done. Des, take it away, guys.